So now we come to stanza number 138, and this is continuing discussion about the philosophy of Sankhya and what was discussed in the last stanza was that when the Madhyamika said that, if the result or the fruit is already there in the seed, then why can't we see it? Nobody has seen that. And they said that because our mind is deluded, as is, only very learned and highly attained masters see it. Then Buddha said that if that is the case, then those great masters of Sankhya, why they don't put on, cotton instead of cloth, and why they keep on eating food and not see excrement in them. And they said that no, but and then if this result or the fruit in the cause or the seed is seen by the learned people, why ordinary people don't see it? Because ordinary people see the result. And if you can see the result or the fruit, why that same mind cannot see cannot see the seed also? And so therefore, if your consciousness or the mind is already deluded, and then even to say that there is something called seed in the there is a fruit in the seed, that mind is also should be deluded. So how can you find any truth with this kind of deluded mind? So when you say that, then the Sankhya people say that yes, you also believe that our minds are deluded, and I also believe that our minds are deluded. the samsaric mind. And in that case, how can you analyze with your mind, with our mind? You said that we should analyze the nature of things, and then we should find that things doesn't exist as they really are, and so therefore we find emptiness, nature of things, and interdependence, nature of things, and then we should meditate on that. So if our mind, that what we find from analysis with a deluded mind, how can that be true? All this analysis that we make, investigations that we make, cannot be true. And so therefore, to meditate on the finding of those analysis, like emptiness, is useless. You should not do that. And there's you cannot, or you should not, or there's no purpose of meditating on emptiness, because the mind that we come to conclusion through analysis is deluded, is wrong. So therefore, what is found by a deluded mind cannot be the truth. So there is no use meditating on emptiness and all the other things. So if you say that, so then so when for that the Madhyamika said that it is in a way true that to grasp or say or to grasp with our mind with the concept that everything is emptiness and everything doesn't exist is also a concept, and therefore it is not ultimately true. But this is just it is a method, is a way, and we Buddhists don't say and don't believe that and we do not hold on to any concepts, whether it is this is truly existing or this is truly not existing, because both are just concepts. We try to experience the way things are, which is beyond these concepts. But because we have so much habitual tendency to think that all these things that we see and we come into contact do truly exist. So therefore, it becomes necessary to analyze them and to find some kind of understanding that they do not exist as we think they exist. And when we think about that and we analyze this way and we we meditate on that, that could help us, they can help us to have too much attachment to or aversion to the things, because we kind of have so much, sense or habitual tendency to grasp at things as they really exist. And so, just to, say like, we have a dream. We have a dream that I have a dream that I have a son, and the son dies, and then we get very upset and very, devastated. And then if you could, then you come to, you come to understand that this is a dream. This is a dream, so therefore there is no, the son didn't die because there is no son. So when that happens, then, it helps us to not be so devastated. Now, the thought that the son didn't die or there was no son is based on there is a son. I have a son concept, and therefore when I say I have no son or the son didn't die, is just a concept, because there's no question of any son or not son, but this helps us to feel not so unhappy or sad, but actually it was just a dream. There's no question of having a son or not having a son. So therefore, this understanding, or through our analysis, that there was, the son didn't die, or there was no son, help us to have less pain, less problem. So therefore, it will help us to understand that everything is like a dream. So therefore, from Buddhist point of view, we don't say that there is something called emptiness and we cling on to that. It's not like that. We try to go beyond all kind of concepts. So it's like, it's like a fire. We make a fire, and in order to make it, in order to burn something, we have to have the fire. But actually, after the thing that we need to burn it, like some dirty things or some, what can you say? Something that is not necessary. And then when we burn that, and afterwards the fire itself, burns what the wood and everything that makes the fire, and then everything, everything is kind of burned out, and the fire also completely, extinguished. So in the same way, we try to analyze things, and through that we try to fix our very strong and very negative misunderstandings, and then through that slowly then every concept is also extinguished and come to the true experience of the way things are. So therefore, Therefore, it is necessary, it is good to analyze and to come to some kind of conclusion, and although the concepts are actually not truly correct. So therefore, you say, if you ask there is no validity in valid knowledge, is not all that is assessed as false, and therefore it becomes untenable to meditate on voidness, ultimate reality. If there is no object for analysis, there can be no grasping of its non-existence, and so deceptive objects of whatever kind will also have a non-existent, equally deceptive. When therefore in one's dream a child has died, the state of mind that thinks it's no more supplants the thought that it is living still, and yet both thoughts are equally deceptive. Therefore, as we see through such investigation, nothing is that does not have a cause, and nothing is existent in its causes, taken one by one or in the aggregate. So I'll first try to go to the Tibetan. Kate tsema tsemna di yen jarwa manjura tenye tono tombanya gambate shamanteja topingula marepa te ngumi nzamaya te shi zimbi ngui konya te ngumi sarwazin tena melang peshala teme nyambi notun teyo namba topaye kenyi tenyo zambayins. So this is now to conclude. Devi tetar namse pe ngayu jime yu mayin. Sosa wawan duipa ye jena la yu ne mayin. Ye le wawan mayin la nepa mayin ro mayin. Mumbi dembar konshinda jimali ne chi yus. So this is 141 and 42. Therefore, as we see through such information, nothing is that does not have a cause. So there is nothing which does not have causes. Everything is there because of its causes and conditions. Not just one cause, many causes. Many causes and many conditions creates or makes anything that you look at appear. So anything you look at, it is because of many causes and conditions, very dependently and very relatively. As we see through, nothing is that does not have a cause. And nothing is existent in its causes. But, the thing doesn't exist in its causes, none of the causes, So this pot is made of clay, and then, paint, and then, hands, and then, um, it was fired, and then it was painted, but in none of them is the pot. Neither does it. Nothing is that does not have a cause, and nothing is existing in its causes. Taken one by one or in the aggregate, you look at each of the causes and conditions, you can't find that thing, that result, that that product. Neither in all of them together, but when all the causes and conditions there, it's there, like the water is made of oxygen and hydrogen. In oxygen also you don't find water, in hydrogen also you don't find water, but when they put together, water appears. It does not come from somewhere else. The product does not come from somewhere else, It just appears. It just happens when all the causes and conditions come together. Neither does it stay, nor yet depart. So, if you look into those causes and elements that this is made of, you cannot see, and there is nothing there existing. There's no, it's not there. So does it stay? Nor depart. Is when it, when the causes or all the elements that make it relatively or dependently disappear, then it disappears. It doesn't go anywhere. This thing doesn't go anywhere. It does not come from somewhere else. Neither does it stay, nor yet depart. How will what confusion takes for truth, in any sense, be different from a mirage? So all these things happens like a mirage, like a mirage. When all the causes and conditions they are there. If they are not there, or if one cause or one condition disappears, it's not there. That's why the nature of everything is emptiness or interdependent. When we say interdependent and when we say emptiness, actually it comes to the same thing. It means the same thing. So therefore, Teviteta na shipingayu jibi yuemaye soso awa dupaye jenalayo nemaye yenewa mayala neba maya roam mumbin dembar konshinda jamalina chechius. So this, I think we stop here. Thank you very much.